Jesse's Jabber with a friendly face. Welcome into your favorite space. If it's on his mind or it's in the air, and you've got a minute, drag up the chair. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Stay a while and enjoy the chat. Jesse's Jabber, Jesse's Jabber. Time goes by, life goes faster. Take a minute just to clear your head. Maybe there's comfort in the words that he says. Going through life with his kids and his wife. Throws in sports and some PS5. No hot takes, he just shoots it straight. Just a regular guy at the end of the day. If you found your way through the endless noise and clatter, listen in, maybe tell a friend. This is Jesse's Jabber.
Welcome in. I'm glad you're here. Wherever you are, whatever you got going on, thanks for bringing me along with you. I hope you enjoy our time together as much as I do. If you're just getting here, this is episode 4. That's right. There's more. Go check out the first 3 when you get time. I'm Jesse. This is Jesse's Jabber. Outnumbered, overstimulated, and on the mic. Let's get into it. The great white whale is nestled snug in the driveway, resting, feeling accomplished. If a van had feelings. 1,600 miles in just a few days, and no one will have to do it again sooner than any of us would want. She put in the effort, and we did too. We earned this weekend. If this was a movie, this would be the part where everyone is cheering for the hero holding that trophy. That award for the work and effort they put in. But movies, reels, shorts, in our microwave society that expects instant results, they've sold us a lie about effort. And it was sold to us with dramatic music, layered over quick cut failures and final pushes, and then fade to black. When the view returns, triumphant high tempo music, slow motion sweat, and then boom, trophy. That's the montage. But real effort, it's rarely cinematic. It's not a 30-second burst. It's not a heroic speech. It's not a viral moment. In reality, effort is much quieter. Occasionally, effort's much more frustrating. Effort is the friction of staying the course when the cameras are off. Real effort doesn't always look like sweat. Oh, it will sometimes. Those calloused hands and early alarms, that's the proof. But more often than not, it's the resistance you feel between what you want to do and what you should do. It's the gray area between how you feel and what has to be done. Feelings aside, there are no free lunches. Not in sports, not in work, not in marriage, not in parenting, not in life, and definitely not in growth. If there's a prize, somebody paid for it. Usually while nobody was watching. Reps nobody saw. Jobs nobody noticed. Daily chores that got no likes. Or playtime with the 12 after a long day and getting no applause. So what does effort really look like? In sports, we celebrate the buzzer beater. We replay the walk-off. We frame the jersey. We polish the trophy. We debate the GOAT. But somehow, we almost always forget to mention the empty gym or those thousands of reps it took to get it right. We don't film the off-season conditioning. We don't post the lonely rehab sessions. We don't glamorize the missed shots that built the form. We only tune in for the finished product, and we criticize that. Sports at least has a scoreboard with defined winners and losers. Life doesn't. Your effort today, it probably doesn't have a stat line. There's no crowd cheering when you crack open that laptop when you can barely crack open your eyes. There's no post-game interview when you finish the dishes. There's no confetti when you choose to actively listen instead of winning that argument. There's no game ball given when you jump in playtime with the 12 when your tank is empty. But that time, it's just as valuable to them as it is to you, even though they probably don't realize it yet. That's the empty gym. Effort in life looks more like the boring spreadsheet, the quiet apology, the hard conversation, the extra patience, the disciplined no that even the best of the 12 need to hear sometime. It looks ordinary, but so does strength training until you try to lift something heavy. If effort is the empty gym, then entitlement culture is demanding a trophy before the first practice. We live in a world where rewards are marketed faster than reps are taught. We've shifted the focus from what did I contribute to what am I owed? That's the entitlement trap. Entitlement, that's the enemy of real effort because it values the highlight reel and devalues the work it took to get the highlight. It values the result without the reps, the recognition without the refinement. Showing up, that's not the same as delivering value. Just because we exist in a room doesn't mean we elevated it. The less experience we have, the more confident we often feel about what we deserve. That's the peak where entitlement lives. That's human nature. The rapid descent from that peak, that's real effort. And real effort, it humbles us. It exposes how much we don't know. It forces us into that uncomfortable middle where we're no longer ignorant, but not yet excellent. That middle, it can be frustrating. That's where most people quit. That's where the price must be paid. We love talent. We have a cultural obsession with it. We reward it. Sometimes, that natural ability feels magical. It's like somebody skipping the line. But talent, it's just that, a head start. We can jump out early because we're talented, but if we don't put in the work, the ones that work hard will catch and pass us in the marathon of life. Because their engine, it's reliable and constant. Talent might open the door, but that boring consistency keeps us in the room. The most dangerous person in any field isn't the one with the most natural ability. It's the one who refuses to stop. Talent, it's loud, it's flashy, but it's fragile. Consistency, it's quiet. Doesn't get a lot of views, but it's iron-clad. Talent burns bright, but consistency burns long. Effort is choosing the 1% daily gain instead of the 100% burst that leads to burnout. We don't have to dominate today. We have to repeat the process tomorrow. Make deposits because there are no free lunches. Here's the part nobody talks about. We always think of effort as this physical thing. Breaking a sweat, staying up late, grinding till we're exhausted. But the real heavy lifting, that's emotional. It's the energy we spend managing our own ego and keeping our reactions in check when everything in us wants to blow a gasket. It's choosing discipline when our emotions are screaming the loudest, and choosing growth when comfort's calling our name, trying to coax us back onto the couch. From the outside, real effort looks ordinary. It's boring. Sometimes giving your all doesn't look like a highlight reel. It looks like not quitting when that initial spark is long gone. Not numbing out when the workload gets heavy and the to-do list is a mile long. Not spiraling when the progress levels out, when we've worked our fingers to the bone with zero result. There's a season in growth where you're doing every single thing right and nothing looks different. That's brutal. But that is where character is forged. Character shows up when the pressure does. Because that gap between I don't feel like it and I did it anyway, that right there, that's where effort lives. Most people don't fail because they lack the skill. They fail because they couldn't handle the emotional tax of being a beginner. They couldn't stomach that ugly phase where our vision is high, but our actual output, well, let's just say it needs work. Effort is that internal governor that keeps us steady when the novelty dies. Look, anyone can work hard in the first week, but it's a whole other undertaking to keep showing up in month 6 when the new car smell of a project has turned into the stench of taking out the trash. It's about staying focused instead of saying we're not where we want to be because of her or him or anybody. It's the discipline to keep our eyes on our own paper while everyone else's highlight reel makes our behind the scenes look like a train wreck. Real effort is screaming into a void and working like the world is cheering, even when we're the only one in the room. We treat discipline like a light switch, but it's a muscle. It only grows under tension. If we only work when we're inspired, we aren't professionals or hostages to our own chemistry. We don't find motivation. We earn it by doing the work first. Action causes motivation. It doesn't just follow it. When we bridge that gap between our mood and our mission, we aren't just finishing a task. We're reprogramming who we are. We're teaching our brain that our commitments are more powerful than our feelings. Every time we choose the hard path over the comfortable one, we're laying a brick. From the outside, that wall won't look like much after a day. But if we keep laying bricks during the rain, the heat, the sheer boredom of the grind, one day we'll look up and realize we've built a fortress that temporary emotions can't tear down. Real effort, it often feels small in the moment. So here's our challenge. Let's audit our invisible gym. Stop scanning our life for applause. Stop looking for the highlight reel or that top 10 moment. Start measuring those reps that nobody sees. Identify one boring rep in our own lives, a habit, a conversation, a responsibility, a discipline we've been dodging, and commit to doing it with excellence this week, even if nobody notices. Trade entitlement for contribution. Instead of asking, what did I get? Ask, what did I build? When we feel like quitting or scrolling or snapping, remember, the gap between feeling and action is where our character is built. Effort isn't about how dramatic it is or how hard it looks to anyone else. It's about how consistently we decide to care. And if we're showing up tired, imperfect, still learning, we're already winning the only game that matters. Stick with it. Pay the tab. There are no free lunches. Whether you're driving, finishing a workout, folding laundry, or hiding in the pantry for 90 seconds of silence, I appreciate you spending this time with me. The world, it'll keep trying to sell us that montage, the shortcut, and that trophy shot. But real life, it's built in a driveway at 5 a.m. It's built in a kitchen sink after a long day, in the quiet decision to respond instead of react, and in choosing patience when you're running on empty. That's our invisible gym. Doing the rep again when nobody's filming. If you feel like your effort isn't flashy enough, loud enough, or fast enough, good. That probably means it's real. So this week, don't chase the highlight. Chase the habit. Make the deposit. Because around here, there are no free lunches. The great white whale, it's still cooling off in the driveway. And the 12, they're likely waiting for me on the other side of this door. My workout for the night's about to start. And yours is too. Don't look for the trophy tonight. Just look for the rep. There are no free lunches. So go pay the tab on the life you want. If this episode hit home, like, subscribe, and share it with somebody who's in their own invisible gym right now. Be sure to follow Jesse's Jabber on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok. Go back and check out the first 3 episodes if you're just joining us. I plan to keep showing up here each week, and I hope you keep showing up too. I'm Jesse. This is Jesse's Jabber. Outnumbered, overstimulated, and on the mic. Drive safe. Hug your people. Come sit with me again next time.